YouTube is hard. Starting an online business is hard. Life is hard. Okay, so either way you go, you've got to choose your heart, right? And you know what? You might be one of the fortunate ones that is actually happy with the way things are going in their life right now. But if you're not, right, chances are at some point you decided that you wanted to start a YouTube channel with the hopes of being able to monetize it and make money from it sometime down in the future, or start some kind of online business because you weren't happy with the status quo of your life right now. Okay. And you're gonna find out at some point that, contrary to what you might have thought before starting, right, before attempting to go after YouTube or some kind of online business or some extra side hustle or so, you might have gone in thinking that it was going to be extremely easy. And, I know there are a lot of these videos telling that YouTube is on easy mode and it's easy and all that type of stuff, which, the point, what they're getting at is sometimes the point can actually be missed if you're not paying attention, right? When they say YouTube is in easy mode and all that type of stuff, what they're basically, for one, they're looking for clicks, right? We're all looking for clicks and to get people to watch. But really what people are really talking about when they say all this stuff is that it's easier now than it ever has been before for small creators to get on YouTube and start creating content and making money from it. Like before, it was so much harder to get any kind of traction or attention or visibility, right? It was always the bigger channels, bigger brands, and all the big creators with all the fancy stuff and visuals and studios and teams and all that type of stuff. But now things are easier for smaller guys like, possibly you and definitely me, right? But that does not necessarily mean that it's going to be just an easy thing that happens overnight, right? So me telling you now that YouTube is hard, what I'm just simply getting at is that it's going to take a certain degree of effort. Okay, you're gonna have to put in some degree of work. Same goes with starting an online business, whether it's affiliate marketing, digital marketing, drop shipping, social media marketing, right, agencies and all that type of stuff, or Amazon FBA, right, Kindle publishing, whatever it is, all these different online businesses, eBay, all of it, right? They're all going to require some fair bit of work if you want to see the kind of success that you're hoping to get, right? Or to see the relief that you've been looking for from the struggles of your day-to-day life. So that's why I'm telling you that, either way, whether it's YouTube and an online business or what you're already currently doing in your life, if you're struggling to have ends meet and all that, it's all hard, right? It's all hard, and you just have to choose your hard, okay? You can choose whether you want to stay with the way things are with, in your current, like with the status quo of your life right now, and, stay in that perpetual cycle of struggle of, paycheck to paycheck and, no relief in sight, versus trying to do something about it, which is going to be hard, but is going to pay off way more in the long run. Okay. So that's basically what I'm getting at here when I say, whichever route you decide to go, they're all going to be hard, but you can choose your hard. And I would like to think that if you are looking into starting a YouTube channel or any kind of online business and all that type of stuff, I would like to think that if you're looking into those, it's because you recognize and realize that there is a potentially much brighter future with the online related stuff. Okay. All right. There's a much greater potential for major success, no ceilings on your income, right? I'm sure you recognize that, which is why you got into this in the first place, whether it's to either supplement your current source of income from your day-to-day life or your regular 9 to 5, whether it was just to supplement your income or to replace it altogether, right? And here's the thing, at some point, when, especially if things are not panning out the way you would have hoped for or the way you would have thought or as soon as you would have wanted it to happen, you just have to remember, right? You just have to remember why you started in the first place. That's basically what I want to tell you, what I want to encourage you to do, right? Like, it's one of those things that you're just going to have to stick out, right? The difference between those who make it and those who do not end up making it is very, 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 it's a very little thing, actually, right? It's little and it's big at the same time, right? But the biggest difference is that those who made it are just simply the ones who were stubborn enough to not give up, right? They were the ones who were stubborn enough to not give up, no matter how hard it appeared or how hard or difficult it seemed like it was ever going to be. They chose to stick it out and keep going because they preferred that version of hard over the current version of hard, which is life, right? Their regular day-to-day life, which they were looking to escape from in the first place, okay? So either which way you go, it's going to be hard. But here's the difference, though. With one side, right, with the online stuff and the YouTube stuff, yes, that might be hard. And in the beginning especially, right? Because anytime you're learning something new, trying to pick up new skills, right, there's always a learning curve. It's going to be difficult, right? Anything worth really doing is not going to be so easy. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it, right? But in the initial stages, it's going to be difficult, but eventually it gets easier and it gets to a point where it's fantastic, right? You still have to do a little bit of stuff, but it's a fantastic way to live, right? The freedom that comes with it is unmatched, right? Whereas with this other version of hard, it stays hard. It probably could stay hard forever, right? Unless you get some major promotion or something. Well, I mean, even with the promotions and all that, you still are tied to something that you probably were looking to escape from the start to begin with anyway. So look at the two, right? Look at the two. Remember why you started. Don't forget why you started. Stick it out. Keep going at it with a never say die attitude and just keep plugging away, knowing that at some point, something's going to happen, right? Something's going to change. Something's going to work out, right? And the other thing too is you have to remember to give it enough time, right? Way too many times. I've seen it over and over. Like, I see it all the time, right? People who are new in the space, right? They get started and within I've seen people give up within as little as a week, as little as 2 weeks. And this is not necessarily only just with YouTube. I'm talking about with YouTube. I'm talking about with online selling digital products, affiliate marketing, all these different online businesses. But I'm sticking more so to the ones that I'm familiar with, that I've been in, right? Like, I've tried them all these things, right? But then obviously I've settled on the ones that I have deemed to be the ones that are going to work out the best for me, in my opinion, for the way I want to have things going, right? There, other people might prefer other business models and that works for them, right? Some people want to have these big businesses with employees and all that type of stuff. That's not for me. I'm more inclined to stick with the one person business type thing, right? I don't want the headaches that come with a big, big business with employees and all that type of stuff, right? So it's just I've kind of lost my train of thought. But anyway, where I was I think I was just basically going with that is you just want to you just got to stick out with it, right? You got to stick with this stuff and just keep going until you get what you're looking for, right? And that's really the major difference between those who make it and those who didn't. Now, speaking of, I remember I was talking about how soon people quit, right? I've seen people quit within as little as a week and 2 weeks, right? Whether it's with, coming onto YouTube and after a month they're done, right? Not necessarily understanding that this stuff actually takes time. You need to give it enough time to to have a chance at giving you the kind of success that you're looking for. So if you're new and you're probably wondering, okay, well, how much is enough time, right? Whatever it is that you decide to do, if I were you, I would be telling you, like, you cannot, until you've given it, I would say 6 months at the bare minimum, right? And even that is just scratching the surface. I would say you have to give whatever it is that you're going after a solid year of dedicated, real, honest, right, good shake work, right? Like where you know that you gave it everything that you should have given it, right? Knowing that after that year is over, right, you want to be able to look back and say, okay, well, I know I did everything that I was supposed to do to make this thing work, and it turned out great for me, or maybe it's just not for me, right? Maybe I don't have what it takes or something that you make that determination for yourself at the end of it, right? But you need to give it at least 1 year sticking. I'm not talking about 1 year of jumping from one thing to another and trying this and trying that, shiny object syndrome and all that. No, I'm talking about 1 year of going consistently after one thing, day after day after day after day, learning in the process, right? Learn and earning as you go, right? That's the ideal scenario, but you've got to give it time, right? Give it enough time and see how it turns out. So just don't forget why you started, okay? Whether it's YouTube you're going after, start any other kind of online business, either way, that's those ones, there's that level that's going to be hard in the beginning, but it gets better. Or just sticking with the status quo in your current life, which is hard as well, right? Which is unlikely to really change unless you do something about it, right? So choose your heart. If you would like to get started anyway with stuff that I'm doing, affiliate marketing, selling digital products, other people's products as an affiliate, or creating your own and selling them, check out the first link in the description below this video, okay? It'll give you access to some training that will show you how to get started the correct way from the start, setting you up for long-term success. Give it a shot. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. I will be sure to answer. Thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will catch you in my next one. Ciao.